Hey, I'm John Mangas, Metro Toledo John. Today is March the 25th of 2019. Welcome back to Monday Mojo. So it's spring, right? I bet you already knew that. But what I'm wondering is, have you thought about your calendar? Is your calendar under attack? Do you feel like there's so much going into your calendar that no one that could humanly possibly deal with everything that's now feeding into your calendar? I know that that's the case with a lot of our people. I was in a small group with some of our agents last week, and they were talking about everything from the spring market and buyer demands to soccer practice and end of the school year projects for kids. All of those things matter and they're all real, and as good people we want to be conscious of all of those things. We want to do them all right, we want to do them all well, right? So it becomes a real quagmire. How do you manage that calendar? How do you meet all of those obligations and do them well and do them in the manner in which really reflects you, but without driving yourself crazy, right? Let me start with learning to say yes and no. In other words, sometimes not now is a nice way of saying no. In other words, don't take something else on right now. If you want to be polite and you simply say, yes, I'd love to help out, but I can't do that right now. Could we revisit this later in the year? That's a nice way of leaving the rapport open and also maintaining that contact in the future to come, right? Let me ask you another thought. Do you schedule time for yourself? When you're looking at the calendar, do you actually put time in for yourself to get to the gym, to read a book, to meditate, to do the things for yourself that you need to do? If not, you need to do that. And one way to perhaps achieve that goal is to have a weekday cheat day, right? What I mean by that is where you buddy up with somebody at the office, and hypothetically on Tuesday is your cheat day and their cheat day is Thursday. So in other words, you're on standby for the other person so that if something comes up, whether it's an inspection or a buyer, if something comes up, you cover for each other so that you have a day off midweek to yourself to do the things you need to do to maintain your sanity and to maintain quality of life and a schedule and laundry and a clean car and all those things that sometimes start to fall by the wayside when we get overloaded, right? Give it some thought, because I think that's something that might really help a lot of people. And I guess the last thing I want to close on is know your limits. Sometimes I think we all just take things on because we're type A, we're salespeople, we know that that's what we're supposed to do. But I think it's also important to know your limits and know your boundaries and what you can comfortably take on, and don't take on more than you possibly can process and reflect your style in and do it the way you like to do. Things first class, things organized, things well done, right? Give it some thought, make it a great week, and go enjoy your spring market. Have a good one.